I want to introduce the first. This is a first for us in Milwaukee. We have a tag team tonight. Two Schleicher brothers, Ryan and Dylan Schleicher. And if you've gone to any others, the Schleicher name is very familiar to you. So, just a couple points about Dylan and Ryan. Dylan and Ryan are two of four Schleicher brothers. Ryan is the promotions director at MSC 91.7 FM. And he has a shiny new ring and an obsession with baseball, which I think we're going to hear more about. Dylan spends his evenings watching PBS and drinking lakefront. That's what he wanted me to say. So please give it up for Dylan and Ryan.
Okay, so as you all know, we're in the midst of a historic election this year. There is one issue of grave etymological concern that's not being addressed, though, so we're here to address that tonight.
It's really important. I mean, something that you all need to figure out. And when the slide changes, I'll tell you. Sport! We're going to give you a somewhat new and vastly superior definition. Because when people say things like finance is our true national sport, somebody needs to take a stand. And judging by our clearly jockish, athletic appearances, we're the right people for the job. Others have tackled this issue before, most notably Mr. George Carlin. We're going to borrow a little bit from him, but he was kind of just a funny man looking for a laugh, and that caused him to clearly use false logic. And you need these kind of definitions need rational thinkers. So, rule number 1. To be a sport, you must have one ball or variation thereof that the game is played with and centered around. Hockey pucks and shuttlecocks are two such examples of variations. Lawn darts and horseshoes, not variations. Number 2, it must be athletic. Athletic here is defined as requiring a skill set specific to the game being played and providing legitimate cardiovascular exercise, such as running, jumping, sliding, swinging, kicking, basically actions you can't do while drunk or high. Rule number 3, there must be both, 3, there must be both an offense and a defense comprised of humans in direct competition with one another. Buckers, hurdles, water hazards, anything on a mini golf course, they're not human and don't classify as defense. Rule number 4, there must be a professional league, MLB, NBA, FIFA, whatever, NFL, they're professional leagues. The Ladies Auxiliary Bridge Club, not a professional league. Neither is the United States Paddleball Association. Paddleball's just stupid. And the final rule, it must have a regulated playing surface. Football has 100 yards, basketball a 15-foot free throw line. Soccer has whatever the hell measurement. Soccer has something about a pitch, I don't really know, so...
So if you're not a sport, you could be an exercise, which is probably superior to sport because it's usually healthier, you're not getting hurt, so you don't have to worry about being a sport or not, neither do you, so that's fine. There are exercises and other great activities. Extreme sports were made popular by movies such as Rad and Gleaming the Cube in the 80s. Are definitely awesome, and these are extreme, but they're definitely not sports. They're really just activities.
Just activities. Boo. Boo again, please. And then you come to water sports again, made popular by Point Break and Johnny Utah and Swayze and all that. Those activities, they're fine. Our cousins Reagan and Craig, they moved to Hawaii just to surf every day. They're fine. You might die, but they're clearly good activities to participate in. And other things, they're just games. Curling, golfing, poker. They're all perfectly acceptable ways to spend your time, sometimes even financially beneficial, but they're just games. They're not sports.
These here are just modes of transportation, which people sometimes call sports. NASCAR is just the ability to drive fast and turn left, whereas skiing is just a very ingenious way to get down a snow-covered hill. Not really sports, although some people sometimes describe them that way.
Some sports are art forms, like dressage and ice skating. Why did we come up with art forms? Basically because my wife does dressage, and art form was the least offensive way to describe something that my wife does, and it's not really good to offend the passions of a wife. Sometimes you just glorify survival techniques. Like, I mean, swimming is a way just to not drown, while archery is just a way to kill shit to eat. Both very fine activities, but neither one a sport. And just to make sure there's no confusion, some things have part of the rules, but you have to have all of the rules to be a sport. It's fun to hustle pool and perform congratulatory bowling dances, but they're still not sports. Just to be clear. Some of you, if you're assholes, might contend that our rules are simply biased towards our favorite sports, and to that we reply, yeah, we really devised these goddamn rules to prove that water polo and polo were sports. And to that, we also say, shut up, because we are right and you are wrong. Other things, wrestlers, boxers, fighters, well, at times they're considered by some to be good sports because they will only get the crap kicked out of them. They don't play sports. These are just public displays of cruelty.
So there are two other usages that you're allowed to use still. You can use it for actual sports. You can use the word sport as in to wear something, such as to sport a hat, as Mark Twain. Or you can use it to refer to an individual as a sport. For instance, my favorite sport is my brother Ryan Schleicher.
Thanks, Dylan. And that brings us to baseball. Clearly the most superior, quintessential, universal, and most fucking awesome sport ever created by man, woman, or any variation of man or woman. And to finish off, please don't ask us afterward, is this a sport? Just apply the damn rules that we just gave you to whatever activity you're questioning and live with it. Thank you.